This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information this week, a special event will be held to remember a very important event in local history. We are kicking off a new week on FYI. Thanks for joining us. Lisa Sugart is up right off the bat with that story we just told you about, and Janine Mazurkevich will motivate us to work out this Monday a little later. And now here's Lisa's story on local history, remembering the Latimer Massacre.
This Wednesday, a special program is taking place. It is called an Interfaith Service of Remembrance, Hope, and Healing of the Latimer Massacre, commemorating the events that date back to 1897, and it will take place at the Latimer Monument in Latimer Mines. And here to talk about it today, we have two very important people helping to make this event possible. To my left is Karen Isak, who is administrator of the Sophia Cox Foundation, and also Bob Neef, who is the organizer of this special event. I'm going to start with you, Karen, to talk about the history of the Latimer Massacre. Many of us know that these people were killed, but we don't remember all the details of what transpired back in those days when the strike was taking place.
Well, about 300 to 400 Slavic, they were actually all Slavic, unarmed miners started to march out in support of the United Mine Workers. Now, Latimer Mines was not organized at that time, and they came with nothing more than an American flag. They were stopped a couple of times along the way and asked to return, go back home and disperse. And they said no, they were going to march. So they marched up, and Sheriff Martin and about 150 deputies halted them and told them to disperse. Again, they did not disperse, and they grabbed the American flag, and there was sort of a little bit of a scuffle over that. Well, Sheriff Martin's deputies and him opened up fire, and they shot a great deal of them, shot them and hurt a lot of them, and killed 19 of them. And most of them were shot in the back, not once but twice. Sheriff Martin and the deputies were arrested. 73 deputies were arrested, and they were all acquitted because the sheriff said they would not disperse. The last 2 years we've tried to get together just to remember. We say the names, we have an American flag for each one of them, and some of the Patchtown players will be out in costume as miners and miners' wives just to give it some color.
Oh, very nice. And Bob, you're very involved in organizing this. Tell us, all the churches, this is an interfaith service taking place, so there's a lot of churches. Who's involved and why they wanted to do this?
All right, we started this out as a community healing project to bring the community together because of the events that happened in 1897. And we'd like the community to come out, as many people as possible, unions, churches, the general public.
Tell us the churches that are involved in making this possible.
Yes. St. James Episcopal Church, Trinity Lutheran Church, Beth Israel Temple, Christ Lutheran Church, Faith United Church of Christ, St. Luke's Lutheran Church, Queen of Heaven Parish, Augustus Synagogue, and let me try and get my Spanish good here, Iglesia Buenos Novos, Immaculate Conception Church, and Hazleton One Community Center.
So we would like everyone from the community to come together, of all nationalities, to come out and remember those that were lost back in 1897. I hope there will be a strong group presence coming out for this. They said they had a lot of people last year. They hope to double it this year, so we hope to see you there.
Thousands eased on down the road for the 36th annual Fun Fest celebration in downtown Hazleton. Lisa Sugart is back to recap all of the fun.
There were bands, floats, and plenty of fun during the 36th annual Fun Fest in downtown Hazleton. This year's theme, Down the Yellow Brick Road, marked the 75th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz and also celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Star-Spangled Banner. Fun Fest is also known for great food, crafts, and a fabulous car show. Mark Williams entered his 1968 Dodge Coronet.
I like Hazleton. It's one of these towns that, as a kid growing up, I'd come over here, and I just like Hazleton. I have some good friends over here, and so consequently, I decided to support Hazleton with a car show.
A special car giveaway marked the car show's 25th year.
And the winner of the 2002 PT Cruiser raffle is...
I almost fell over. I couldn't believe it. it's just amazing that I won something like that.
Colin, what was your reaction when you heard your grandfather won the car?
I was real happy.
Do you think you're going to drive it?
Maybe.
FunFest began as a way to help nonprofit groups raise money, and it still does.
We have a nice crowd. The weather's beautiful. We have steady sales of our famous fresh-cut French fries and hot dogs.
We found kids of all ages having a great time.
What's your favorite part of the parade?
The band. The bang. When the cheerleaders from the school come.
All right. You gonna watch the parade, Alicio? Gonna watch the parade, honey? Say yay, Fun Fest!
This year's parade grand marshal, newly retired chamber president Donna Palermo.
I have never in my 26 years been at the beginning of a parade or even in West Hazleton to see it come down because I was always working downtown. So to actually be in the parade, period, not alone being a grand marshal, it was just an awesome experience.
And it was Palermo and other chamber officials who honored FunFest executive director Judy Ann McGrogan for 25 years at the helm.
This is a wonderful experience. It's a tough job, but it's a wonderful job, and it really makes me feel so great when I can walk down Broad Street during FunFest and see all the people enjoying this.
Our FYI team also joined the festivities, along with local American Idol contestant Keith London, who performed and hosted his first ever album release party.
I'm a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Congratulations to Judy Ann and the many FunFest volunteers for taking us down the yellow brick road. Reporting for FYI, I'm Lisa Schuchert.
Thank you, Lisa. In other news tonight, Hazleton police are investigating a stabbing in the area of Maple and Wyoming streets around 9:40 last night. 18-year-old Ernesto Luis Quinones of Hazleton was listed in critical condition as a result of an apparent stab wound to his upper body. The identity of the suspect is unknown. Next up on FYI, we'll give you your work week forecast from the National Weather Service. And in sports, we hit the rewind button and check out some of the action from Football Friday Week 2. Stay tuned for the Coal Scale.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, do you have chicken arms or you have that fat on the back of your arms? Today we're talking about strength training for your upper body, right?
We are. And Janine, actually, my old swim coach, Judy Pavlik, always called those bingo arms. Okay. So that's what we call them here.
Okay.
So we're going to teach everybody how to learn to progress into doing a pull-up. I think it's probably the most intimidating exercise in any gym. And we have a couple things here and a couple things that you can do at home to learn how to do them. So again, we have Kim, and she has two 10-pound weights. And what she's going to do is an overhead press, but she's going to focus on the down movement because the pull-up is actually coming from her back. Mm-hmm. So you're going to press up 1, and then you're slowly going to come down 3. So it's a 4-count move. 1 up and 3 down, and she's breathing through those exercises, and she's focusing, squeezing her shoulder blades down and in. Nice. Okay, and I don't want to get her too tired because we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, set those down. All right. The next fancy little device we have here.
Now this looks intimidating.
This actually isn't as intimidating as it looks.
Okay.
We got this. It's another assisted pull-up apparatus. It's got 3 surgical tubing, which we used during one of our segments. She's going to come up and she's going to cross. We have it linked to the cable crossover machine, and she's going to do the same thing.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at those arms.
And exhaling on the up, and do one more. Nice.
Good job.
And down. So I know that looks difficult. This is something that you could progress up towards. The next exercise that
I can't strangle myself on this. Let's stick to that other machine over there.
The next exercise actually is probably the easiest way to do it, and it's at the assisted pull-up machine. And since Janine put herself on the line last week, we're going to have her do it. Okay, so we're over here in the corner at the gym, and everybody's seen this machine when they walk in. It looks intimidating, but really it's not, and it's an assisted pull-up machine. So
now, I specifically did not wear workout clothes because I thought I was getting out of working out.
You put yourself on the line
I did last week, open my mouth.
So the knees are going to come up, and this pad is going to lower down. Now she's getting help from this machine to pull herself up, so she's going to do that same squeeze that Janine or that Kim was doing previously, and come down. And you're going to exhale on the exertion. So on the way up, you're going to exhale, and you're going to inhale down. Now Janine, next time you go up, I want you to go down slower. So pull up on one. And this is where you're going to train the muscles to learn to do the pull-up. So resisting, resisting, resisting all the way down, and then one more time, exhale up. Good. Get that chin up there and slowly down. Good.
Oh, more than I thought I could do.
Now you can step off. Okay. So what's great about this machine is that it will help you no matter what size you are. You're going to be able to do a pull-up on this machine, and you can progress. So as you learn to do them, you start to go up in the stack. It'll get more difficult, and then in no time you'll be doing them on your own.
And I know we've talked about, weight training is for everyone. It's not going to bulk you up.
No.
Right?
No, we don't have the levels of testosterone that guys do, and the amount of weight that we're lifting just isn't going to get you there.
And you need it to firm up as you get older. You need to firm up your body.
The weightlifting is great for bone density, and women especially need to be concerned with that.
All right, don't forget they have the buddy program here going on. In September, it started. They have the classes. You could come in. It's women only, which is great. So you don't have to, you could be at any level of fitness to start. And what a better time right before the holidays when we tend to gain those extra pounds, right?
And if you're an early workout person, don't forget we have the boot camp starting. That's 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. starting September 8th.
Awesome. We'll see you next week right here at Core Fitness.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Notorious Gotham City villain Pamela Isley is on the loose in Hazleton. Now it's just our weather shot. It's a nice one. Sorry, I'm pumped about the new show Gotham. Coming soon. Let's get pumped about our local forecast from the National Weather Service. After a hot and humid and that downpour we had over the weekend, here's what we can expect tonight. Mostly cloudy skies with a low around 52. Rain in the forecast on the extended forecast. As we look to Tuesday, it will be mostly cloudy, high near 66. Tuesday night, slight chance of showers. The low will be 55. Wednesday will be cloudy, high of 71. Wednesday night, again, another slight chance of showers around. The low will be 61 on Thursday. 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high of 76. Same at night, 60% chance of showers, 54 the low. Friday looks good, mostly sunny, high of 69. At night, we'll get down to 48 degrees for Friday night football.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. The Daily 993, the Big 4 4502, Quinto 81123, and Treasure Hunt 15, 19, 25, 26, 30. If you didn't win, remember, more money, more problems. Sports is next.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's the FYI Football Rewind. Here's what you need to know before we travel back in time to Football Friday, Week 2. Don't touch anything, and Tamaqua's nickname is the Blue Raiders, which is similar to pirates like in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. Schuylkill Valley quarterback Connor Saucer rolls out and finds Nick Switzer with room to run, and Tamaqua, they have their backs against the wall like Jack Sparrow when he was fighting the Kraken, but just like Captain Jack Sparrow, they would rise. Trevor Skripko, savvy, causes the fumble, and Malik Roper recovers the ball in the end zone for Tamaqua. On the ensuing drive, the Raiders wouldn't score, but they do swing field position. Off the port valve, it's Skripko rumbling. Iceberg dead ahead. No, it's just Skripko making the open field tackle, and Schuylkill Valley would have to punt. This is the day you will always remember as the day you almost caught Dylan Dannenfelser. Okay, they catch him, but he sets the Raiders up, and then Tamaqua breaks the curse of the Aztec gold as Colin Moyer crosses the goal line, and everyone rejoices in the land of the running water. The Blue Raiders win 25-6. At Men of Marion Stadium, the Colts are already up 12-0 when Ethan Kaczynski takes off here. And to catch us up, here's our fan of the game.
All right, so KJ Snare came in, strong player, off an injury, He made the first touchdown. Angelo Mascornick, new at Marion, he came in strong. He made the second touchdown. This is our day one crew. We got Abby O'Donnell, pretty star player, volleyball. We got Courtney, KT, Celia, Kaylee Cheech.
Now that we're all caught up, I dare anyone to try and catch up with Marion senior Angelo McCormick. Kaczynski hits him in stride for the third Colts touchdown. Going for two, it's Kaczynski again. This time he hits Aaron D'Angelo. Panther Valley is trying to get something going before the half, but Matthew Carnish and Ken Snur are all over this play, and the Marion Colts are now 2-0 after this 52-0 victory. Awesome pregame show from the Tamaqua area band as usual. Now it's time for the Week 2 Coal Scale. Drum roll, please. Nope, out of Tamaqua Band B-roll. We start in the lignite grade, and we start with the Hazleton area Cougars. These are teams that are looking for a spark. The Cougars, they lost to Scranton 42-14. Head coach Mike Brennan says the team showed signs of improvement, especially on offense. And according to the Standard speaker Steve Stallone, the Big HA tripled their offensive output from Week 1. Shenandoah Valley was shut out 46-0 by Jim Thorpe on the road, and the Blue Devils are now 0-2. Their quarterback, Ian McCool, he was 7 of 11 for 71 yards in the game. To the bituminous grade, and these teams are starting to get hot. Monterey area beat Schuylkill Haven 38-21. Mason Ryan had 146 yards on the ground for the Golden Bears. Tamaqua area, they have a chance to make a statement this Friday at Jim Thorpe. These two red-hot teams make up our anthracite grade, and they meet up in 2 weeks. We showed you some of the work done by the Men of Marion on Friday. North Schuylkill, they moved to 2-0 as they won 24-0 over Blue Mountain. The Spartans D held the Eagles to 30 yards in the second half. Well, our play of the weekend goes to Renee Barron from Hazleton Power. Look at her edge me out here in the Fun Fest Celebrity Tricycle Race. That was a great performance right there. It came down to the wire, although I did have the support from everyone here at SSPTV, even in defeat. Anyway, Keith London, he won the whole thing, but not without some controversy. And here it is between fellow musicians and Fun Fest performers London and Naylee Ray.
She says you pushed a little bit during that. I mean, we have video of this.
I know, we have videos, so definitely look back in slow motion. She definitely went to go push me. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, it was a big weekend for London with the race, his performance, and the release of his first CD that you can pick up at officialkeithlondon.com. Well, if you are on Facebook and you do like FYI News 13, you already know this, but if you don't, you have to get in the know because we gave away 4 tickets to WWE SmackDown at the Mohegan Sun Arena on Monday on Facebook. Make sure you like our page for breaking news, bonus content from the show, and contests. If you didn't win tickets, here's a consolation prize. Trivia Treats with Ron Marchetti.
Welcome to Trivia Treats on this September 8th. Hi, everybody. What was the only complete Major League game of 9 innings or more in which 2 teams combined for only 1 hit? 1 hit in 9 innings, both teams. Now think about that for a few seconds. It happened in 1965. Roger Maris would have been 80 years old tomorrow, and Arnold Palmer will be 85. Now the answer. Sandy Koufax pitched a perfect game for the Dodgers, and Bob Handley of the Cubs allowed only 1 hit during a 1-0 Los Angeles triumph at Dodger Stadium on September 9th, 1965, exactly 50 years ago tomorrow. Koufax struck out 14, and Dodger left fielder Lou Johnson was the only player to reach base, and he did it twice with a walk and a double. Henley had a perfect game going until the 5th inning when LA scored the game's only run without a hit. Koufax struck out the last 6 men he faced in the 8th and 9th. In 1983, 31 years ago, on Monday Night Football, in the opening week of the NFL season, the Cowboys overcame a 23-3 halftime deficit to defeat the Washington Redskins 31-30 at RFK Stadium in Washington. During the third quarter, quarterback Danny White of the Cowboys threw bombs of 75 and 51 yards to wide receiver Tony Hill. White then ran for a 1-yard TD early in the fourth to put Dallas ahead 24-23. They won it 31-30. I didn't sleep well that night after the Skins blew a 20-point lead in the second half. That was 31 years ago, but this happened only 3 years ago. I just got home from West Point after I witnessed Army lose. I arrived home at the third quarter. Notre Dame had just scored to go up 24-7 over Michigan at the Big House in Ann Arbor. I told my wife finally I could relax and watch the Irish coast to a victory over the Wolverines. I even mixed myself a Manhattan to enjoy the fourth quarter. It was the first night game ever played at Michigan Stadium. The year was 2011. Michigan then scored 3 touchdowns to take the lead 28-24 with 1 minute and 12 seconds left. But the Irish bounced back to score on the pass with 30 seconds left to go up 31-20. However, Michigan had one more miracle left, and they drove 80 yards on 3 plays to win 35-31. Mother of God, that loss definitely left a scar on my heart for the last 3 years, but on Saturday night, it was healed. The very last Notre Dame-Michigan game, unless they meet in the bowl some year, was played. Final score, Notre Dame 31, Michigan nothing. See you Friday. Till then, be a good sport and stay loose.
Mondays can be rough, but you can end them on a high note. Seafood night at Bottlenecks. Choose from crab, clam, shrimp, and lobster specials, such as their little neck clams in garlic butter, only $1.95 a dozen, or handmade crab cake platter for only $8.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Hazleton YMYWCA will be holding their annual golf tournament Friday, September 12th at the Sugarloaf Golf Club. They are now looking for golfers for this 1 p.m. shotgun start. All proceeds benefit the Y Call. For more information, 570-455-2046. Our next announcement, the Wild Bout Hunting Shoot on the Mountain 3D Archery Competition will be held Sunday, September 21st at the Hazleton Archery Club. All proceeds will benefit the club. Cost is $12 per person, and there will be great prizes. For info, call 570-578-9094. And finally, a pilgrimage for peace will be held at the Holy Door Mission Friary, Sunday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. The day begins at 11 and will be featuring food service, memorial service, concert, liturgy, and much more. For info, call 570-788-1212. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Joseph A. Frank of Laughlin. Mass is Wednesday at 10 a.m. in the St. Maria Goretti Church. Friends may call Tuesday from 4 to 8 p.m. at the church. Arrangements are by the Corcoran Funeral Home. Rita J. Sweat of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. And Joseph J. Voitko, formerly of West Hazleton. Mass will be held at a later date in the Transfiguration Church. Arrangements are under the direction of the John J. Pustai Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Francis Catcher of Beaver Meadows. Francis, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
Make sure you sign up for text alerts at standardspeaker.com. Like earlier today, I learned Penn State's bowl ban was lifted thanks to my Standard Speaker text alerts. That's it for us tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday. Take it easy, everyone.